This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. In this video, we're going to continue to work on the power chords that we've been working on recently. We're going to jam together on 4 new songs using these chords, so it's going to be great. And when I say jam together, of course, I mean you, me, and the band. So we got that band jam along track that we'll be playing these chords over, which is super fun. This video does accompany lesson 16 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In that book, we're going to be on pages 109 and 110. We're going to play songs 8, 9, 10, and 11. So it's going to be great. We'll just dive in here. Since I've explained power chords already, if you haven't seen that video, you can check it out. And we've worked on all the songs previous to this one, so numbers 1 through 7 already. I'm not going to go over power chords again, but I will help a little bit with each of these songs that we're going to play, get you a little oriented so we can jam together on them. So we'll start with number 8. With number 8, we have E5, and hopefully by now you're kind of getting familiar with this, but we have that E at the 7th fret of the 5th string. So we've got our 5th string form on that one. And as I've mentioned in other videos, I prefer most of the time to just do the 2 notes and not have the extra root there, as I think it kind of obscures the sound, gets it away from that real great power chord sound. So we have the E5. We're going to play that one for 2 measures. Then we have an A5. You might remember that we have that A at the 5th fret of the 6th string, and then we got a B5. So that's pretty easy. Now our strumming pattern has down, 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 up. That's what it's going to sound like. I'm going to add in one extra little tidbit and trick with these chords here with this one. You can do it if you'd like to, or if it's too much to try and focus on that, then you can take it out. One of the nice things with power chords and even bar chords that we've learned before is that we can control, because there's no open strings, how long each string rings for. So I'm going to do a little finger lift after each one. Each one of the down strums, down, down, down. See how that, instead of having them ring over, creates this little definitive percussive sound to the string pattern. So if I let them ring over, that's okay. But if I lift up on each one, and as I'm lifting up, I'm not taking my fingers off, I'm just releasing the pressure. So it's kind of like doing a finger pinch almost, but I just release that pressure. Then when I get to the down up, I hold it down. Down, 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 up. I let it hold down for that down up, and then I go on. So that changes the texture of the string pattern. It's pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to do on that one. If trying to do that technique is just too much while you're working on these power chords, then just work on getting the strumming pattern. And if changing up the strumming pattern is throwing you off, you can always just do down strums the whole time, either at the 8th note level or the quarter note level if you'd like to. So that's number 8. Number 9, again, familiar chords here, same strumming pattern. We start off with the B5, so we got that B at the 7th fret of the 6th string. Then we got the D. We could go down to the 5th fret of the 5th string for that one. And then we've got the E at the 7th fret of that same string. Then we have G, which we can come up high for, to the 10th fret of the 5th string, and F sharp, 1 fret lower, so G flat and F sharp are the same pitch, but F sharp is at the 9th fret, G is at the 10th fret, and then you can go back to D down there at the 5th fret if you want, and you got the D up to the E. You also have the D on that low 6th string at the 10th fret. So with this one, it would sound like 1, 2, re, T, and you'd have down, down, down. Now, it gets tricky when you have those 2 chords per bar because you're going to do down, down with the first chord and down, down, up with the second chord. So it gets a little tricky in there. So that's number 9. With number 10, we've got some changes in the rhythm. Let's look at the chords first. We have the C at the 8th fret of the 6th string for the C5, B flat then at the 6th fret with that root at the 6th fret of that same string. And we go back and forth. A flat is at the 4th fret of the 6th string. So everything stays on that 6th string. Then the next line is going to have those same chords. So the entire thing is going to be 6th fret, 8th fret of the 6th string, 6th fret of the 6th string, or 4th fret of the 6th string, depending on if we want the C5, B flat 5, or A flat 5. The rhythm with this one is a little bit tricky. It helps if you can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then find where they're at. But I'm going to go ahead and walk us through each one of these lines. The first line sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 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 and then it repeats. But that's how that is. Kind of catchy, no big deal. So again, you'd have ready and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. And it has the repeat sign there. On the second line, it gets a little bit different. We're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Just those 2 measures. You'd have again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So that's how those 2 measures work. The next 2 measures go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get those nice long notes. Then you get that first ending, which repeats back to the beginning, and we do that first line 2 more times. So when we're coming through, though, on the second ending, the very last 2 measures sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So pretty easy. Now, this is how the roadmap works through that one. We do the first line twice, then we go to the second line and we play through that first ending. So those first 4 measures. Then we go back and play the first line twice again. This time when we come around to the second line, instead of playing that first ending, we play that second ending. So the measure with the number 1 and the little partial rectangle over it, that's the first ending, and then the second ending replaces that and we continue on. So that's how that'll work when we're jamming on that one. If we go look at number 11 on page 110, this one has E flat 5, so we got that E flat at the 6th fret of the 5th string. We got the A flat, as we know, at the 4th fret of the 6th string, and then B flat at the 6th fret of the 6th string. So E flat, 6th fret of the 5th string, so we got that 5th string form, A flat at the 4th fret of the 6th string, B flat at the 4th fret of the 6th string, or at the 6th fret of the 6th string. Then, when we're playing this one, it changes up where the 8th notes are. And I'm going to again do the lift everywhere I'm playing a chord note, but if I got that down up, I'm going to let it ring through. So you have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So that's how that one will work. Any of these that just have a 4 measure progression, that will happen 4 times. Otherwise, it just happens through the natural repeats of the song. So it's going to be super fun. Each one of these is going to happen at 2 different tempos. So we'll first play them at a slower tempo and then a faster tempo. Of course, you should use the video, how it works best for you. So work at that slower tempo as much as you want to, and then go to that faster tempo when you're ready for it. Pause, work things out when you need to, but it's going to be super fun. Let's go ahead and jam together. All right, I hope you're having fun with this. In the next video that comes out that goes with lesson 16, we're going to do the last 4 songs there on page 110 that happen with lesson 16. So it's going to be great. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.